Motorsports. I'm standing here at Dedic. SEMA 2025. We had the liberty of managing his build this year. So Dedic, without further ado, give me some of the details, what you like, what you didn't like, and let's go for it.
Hell yeah. Firstly, thank you. You guys crushed it. You guys absolutely killed it. Like, honestly, if it wasn't for you guys, I actually really would not be here. And you guys really like took it to that next level. Honestly, got me to the point where I felt like it was worthy even bringing it here. So firstly, thank you for that.
No, for sure.
Kind of a quick bumper to bumper. So this truck is actually a feature vehicle for Flog Industries. So to kind of start that off, we've got the Flog bumper, which is powder coat primer and then paint match the Ford antimatter blue. All the accent colors on the truck are caribou brown. So funny enough, Ford colors on a Chevy truck. Ford came out with some awesome colors in the recent years, and so cool, I thought it was worth it putting it on my truck, so that's what I ended up doing. We got some diode dynamics. Diode dynamics took care of all the lighting on the truck with the exception of the headlights, taillights. I think they're awesome. They look great. They're a really solid basic design, but it's a clean, good looking design. I almost hit my truck. Solid, great looking design. It's clean, functional, and I haven't had a single issue with it. For everything from their Bumper Pod Pro Series lights all the way to their rock lights. Absolutely amazing.
How many rock lights are running on here?
We currently have 24 rock lights, and they're all powered with a single button, and that is with that Diode Dynamics controller.
So how do you like the switch?
Oh, the switch is absolutely amazing. We were over the Diode Dynamics booth, and I think I sold like 3 of the switches since I've been there.
Gotcha.
Just because it's like when you log on and like download the app and like set it up, within 5 minutes you feel like you're a pro in the app because it's actually really user friendly.
That's good to know.
And like as you're going through the settings, there's no like crazy names where you're like, I don't even know what this would do.
Right.
Everything tells you what it does underneath it, and everything's kind of like written in a way to where it's super simple to understand like first go. So you're not playing that game of like, oh, I see a feature, let me go Google it and try to figure out what that does. Everything's right there, and honestly, like right when you click it, you figure out exactly what's gonna happen and what it's gonna do. So I love that. That worked out fantastic. So moving down the side, we have our awesome 24x14 TIS wheels. If you haven't noticed, the whole truck's kind of got a dark look to it. I like the whole sleeper look kind of thing. I'm not a real big fan of like chrome or flashy things. I want to drive my truck down the road and people will be like, oh, that's really cool. And then they get super close and realize, wow, there's a lot of detail there. So we went with the TIS wheels because I felt like that actually fit the build the best. We've got that wrapped in the Hercules 37x13.5 R24 tire. The tires are absolutely fantastic. Drove it here all the way from San Diego. We did have one little roadside issue, but we went ahead and worked that out, fixed it up. And believe it or not, it was not even an issue with any of the companies I worked with. It was a product of my own design flaw with the lift kit in the rear, but we'll talk about that when we get back there. But
Were the tires quiet?
Tires super quiet. So the entire cab is actually, the underside is Line-X, and then the entire interior, including the door skins, all have the sound deadener in it. And honestly, with the windows up, doors closed, everything driving down the road, super quiet. I honestly didn't notice anything until just showing real quick. Sir, can you go?
Gosh, get it together. Okay.
All right. Yeah, so to finish up what I was talking about, the entire inside is sound deadenered all the way from the firewall back. I kind of forgot I was driving the truck until I rolled the windows down. There is they're an aggressive mud tire. You're gonna hear them, but it's not overly aggressive. It's not overly loud, and honestly, kind of sounds nice. I enjoy the sound of it. To be honest, truthful opinion. That's it. So working our way back, we're kind of into like where I call the Boost Auto area. Chevy trucks. I mean, what does D-Max Rhino say? GM tow mirror the world.
Right.
So we got a set of Boost Autos, like fully functioning, fully everything. Mirrors. So these are the power folding ones. They have the sequential running light forward with turn signal, and then the heated glass, turn signal, everything. It's got everything with it. This was an original power folding mirror truck, so it was genuinely plug and play. The only 2 wires I had to run was for this forward light for the sequential running light and turn signal. That was it. Everything else was plug and play. Everything worked right away. It was easy. Moving up to the top of the truck, we've got the Boost Auto cab lights. That is their Gen 2 series for this truck. It's got the running light feature, actually, we'll do it at the end. We'll do the whole little light up.
Oh, for sure. How do you like the steps?
Actually, real quick, those are actually, this truck was not a cab light truck. Boost Auto has since come out with the feature to retrofit the cab lights. So you get the harness, you get the cab lights, you get those little plastic pieces you need, because original trucks came with a little square hole. Obviously, I don't got a bit that cuts a square hole. I don't think you do. They've got the new clips to adapt the drill bit to the new square hole, whatever. It makes it work, and it works great, and they don't leak. I've driven through the rain, I've washed this truck, I don't have a wet headliner, and that is the biggest thing. So moving back here, we have the Boost Auto Luma Steps, the M1s. So these are not the power folding ones, but honestly, I've got a lot of compliments about these, even though they're not folding, because they're very sleek. They're like actually kind of tucked in. They're out enough to where you can still get your foot on it and you're not gonna feel like you're gonna slip off a bit, but tucked in enough to where like it doesn't take away from anything else in the truck. Like they're fully functioning, they work, and they're just honestly like they did a lot of work to figure out, you know, what's the best positioning for them. I think they actually crushed it. And then they also have the lighted lights on the side. So these are a running light and turn signal and rock light as well. So it's got amber solid, amber flashing, and then a solid white light for the rock light. So if you want to tie into everything else, you also have it here as well. And they're bright, very, very bright. So moving to the inside, where we got
That's all right.
our storage. Hey, at the end of the day, it's a work truck.
Right.
We drive this thing. We drove it here. We're driving it home. So on the inside, we've got the controller for the diode dynamics right there. You press that button right there, and then you've got all your features. I haven't put my little stickers on it yet because I haven't finished putting everything that I want on this truck. But they've got all the little stickers that you can put on it, and the thing they do is they put a raised edge around the sticker spot so that you don't catch your finger on the sticker after you put it there.
Nice.
Some other controllers...
So it's not just going to rub off.
Exactly. You run your hand over it and you feel the edge of every single sticker. Those lips kind of encase that edge, and it makes it actually feel like a one piece, and you're never going to be worried that that sticker is going to catch like your finger or something and just come off. So that's a super awesome feature that they did. I actually have that working for my air ride controller, so that's my up and down switches for my air ride. So if you come over here and just hit these, nice. That's what controls my down and also controls my up.
And it's quick too.
Oh, it's super quick.
Oh, yeah, it's quick.
So I have it actually slowed down on the up because I noticed it was so fast on the way up.
Right.
Like you were sitting there going up and down, trying to fine tune it to ride height. So I actually put like little mufflers on the inlet side to help slow that down. And then obviously for the dump, I just left it to atmosphere. It just drops. I love that. That's super awesome. And then we also have for interior, we've got Aaliyah leathers. We went with the diamond stitch inside, here and here, and then with the leathers on the outside. Super comfortable. I mean, just drove the truck 5 hours to Vegas, had my family with me, my wife, my kids, and no complaints from anyone. Super comfortable. The diamond stitch actually adds a little bit of comfort, and highly recommend. There's not many companies offering seats for these style trucks anymore, and you can go onto Amazon and get a cheap set. That's what I did originally. Fought them, hated them. The clips on the bottom sides are always coming off.
What was the turnaround on those?
I paid for them Friday. They were at my doorstep first thing Monday morning.
Right on.
It was honestly shocking, and that it's not like, oh, well, you're a SEMA person. Like they obviously sent it out to you quick. Every single person I've talked to that's got Aaliyah leathers are like, dude, I was absolutely shocked with how fast they got here. Like they threw them on a private jet or something fast. Like I was blown away. So shout out to Aaliyah leathers.
We work with Aaliyah a lot. We worked with Aaliyah for the last couple of years. And like I said, I've been happy with them. All my clients are happy with them. That's something that we offer as a build management company and also a shop. You can get any custom interior you want, any style, anything like that. Pretty much it's available to you. So with our shop. So.
Yeah, I went with a very basic setup. Like I said, it's a work truck. This is gonna be my daily. I'm gonna drive this thing every day. I'm gonna go to job sites with it. I already taking it to work and whatnot. So I wanted something that kind of fitted that look and that fit and function. But yeah, going through their website, they actually just revamped like their kind of seat builder program that they've got online, and it's actually it's a massive improvement. And honestly, like the amount of different options you can go with and like seat designs, it's insane. I highly recommend you go check that out.
Moving to the rear.
Yep, so now we're moving to the back. You can kind of see what we got going on back here. So the rear is actually an in-house design. We worked with Hoppos to design the entire rear lift kit, so I actually had to learn CAD on my own for this. University of YouTube and Google. And after playing around and designing a bunch of little things with a 3D printer, I kind of just went for it. I had a few other vehicles that I took some measurements on, got some angles, did a lot of research on like anti-squat, things of that nature, and then kind of just ran with it. Huge shout out to Alex over at Hoppos. He's the one who kind of went over everything, was like, this is gonna work, this isn't gonna work, you need to kind of change this around. It was a huge help, shout out to him. But we ended up going with a parallel 4-link with a track bar, so it's technically a 5-link. So you can see we've got a bracket up here. Go ahead and grabs our links up here. So we've got a what is this called? What is this called? It's not a true Heim. It's like a Johnny joint. So it's got like a polyurethane like inserts, but it holds a like a ball on the inside that a bolt goes through. So you don't have a hard like metal to metal contact, because as you doesn't have a hard metal to metal contact. Those things aren't the best for daily driven vehicles, because that stress has to go somewhere, and it's gonna end up cracking something, bending something, or breaking something. And with how much I plan on driving this thing, didn't want that to happen. So I went with the Johnny joints up front to help mitigate that, but also still give us articulation. And then in the rear, we went with a polyurethane bushing in a sleeve. You can kind of see right back there. We went with the polyurethane bushing and sleeve setup just to help give us the most strength back there. We wanted the articulation to happen up here, but strength and durability back there, and that's what we ended up with. So back here we have our upper mount that we designed. Captures the top of the bag. On the other side, it actually also captures one of the mounts for our track bar. Back here, hey, I'm very transparent, I'm very truthful, I'm open about that and talk about everything. As you can see, this looks kind of weird not painted, and that is because we had a little roadside issue on the way to Vegas. That turned out one of my designs wasn't as strong and stout as I originally planned for. We ended up bending up this track bar bracket, rubbed into our bag right here, so we ended up having to pull over in a Harbor Freight parking lot, got everything bent out straight, and then went ahead and reinforced it with a welder we bought at Home Depot in that parking lot. But got us back on the road and got us the rest of the way to SEMA. So if you're wondering why that looks like that, there's your answer. But got it taken care of, and then when I get home, I'm gonna go ahead and fix that in CAD and get that corrected and squared away. So moving over here, we've got our TSO exhaust tip. I believe I originally asked for what, a 4 to 6?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
A 4 to 6, and then Anthony looked at that and was like, "Yeah, dude, that's not gonna work. You're definitely gonna want to go to 4 to 8." I'm so happy he stopped me, because that's also another thing you really want to look for in a build management group. It's, you don't really just want somebody that's just going to say yes, 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 and just do all that thing, because it may not work for what you're trying to do. A
Some
build
people
manager,
need the direction.
Yeah, some people need somebody to sit there and be like, "Hey man, I'm letting you know from experience that might not be the best idea." And this was a perfect example of that. The 4 to 8 ended up fitting absolutely perfectly in this. It doesn't hit anything, doesn't contact anything, sounds way better, and just looks so much better. If I would have went to the 4 to 6, it honestly would have gotten lost back here, and you just wouldn't have been able to really see it. It kind of would have looked like it was an afterthought. And because with Elevated Motorsports having that ability to stop it and say, "Hey, we've got the experience, we know this isn't going to work," it honestly worked out. So,
and also with a lot of transparency stuff, right? So when you do talk to and work with a build manager, you don't want to copy and paste with manager. There's tons of them. You don't want that. You want someone that's going to sit there and work with you, walk through the steps, be hands-on, be transparent, and get you the best parts for your build. At the end of the day, this is not my build. This is your build, and that's a big part of it too.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not building it for me. I'm building it for you. It needs to be ready for you and your family, and for whatever else you want to do. But
yeah,
I mean, that's all that really matters, honestly. So I see some Banks up on here too. What you got for Banks?
Yeah, so we actually got a lot of, so Banks, huge shout out to Banks. Banks really hooked us up on this build as well. A lot of their things kind of go unnoticed and unseen, but they're there. So right here we've got the Banks differential in the, what do they call this? I know it's not the D-Max Rhino
edition.
It's the D-Max Rhino
No,
edition, but
it's the Stealth.
unofficially the Stealth edition.
Stealth edition, yeah.
So we've got that differential in here. Also, we have their intake and intercooler piping system on here. We've got their, what else? We got the exhaust brake from Banks on here. We've got, oh my god, the intercooler in here.
SEMA Crunch.
SEMA Crunch, yeah, my brain is mush right now, but huge shout out to Banks. We got a lot of their things. And then I believe, oh yeah, also Hoppos. So not only did they help me with the design and cut out the metal for my lift kit, but they also provided the actual air tank and air compressor mount for everything. I hate how some of these lift companies send out this little pot metal rinky-dink like little air tank. It's like you're spending all this money on this lift kit, but yet you're trying to hide and make the tank disappear. Why not make it an accent and like actually make it a focal point of the truck, like something to look at? So with the Hot Boost tank, does exactly that. It's a 5-gallon tank, has tons of options for fittings and everything, and honestly worked out beautifully. All my solenoids and switches are at the top, so they're completely hidden, and honestly just really wrapped up the back end of this lift kit in this truck.